Good morning, happy Thursday. Today you are going to, for your social studies class, you're going to draft an argumentative essay plan. So I'm going to show you how to do that, follow through the steps and show you like the structure of how the argumentative essay needs to be done. I'm also going to link 2 YouTube videos on this assignment to help you also with just a few things on how to write an argumentative essay. And I just thought I wouldn't create that video because it's already out there, and there's a lot of different argumentative, how to write an argumentative essay videos. Also, we've already written some of those, and you have, but I want you guys to try it a little bit deeper this time with a specific structure. So some of you already did, or you guys were participating in the speech competitions. This is no different than arguing your claim, but in writing. Okay, so I'm going to go over the assignment and show you how that's going to be done. Okay, so argumentative essay structure, the Silk Road. Okay, so your step 1 is to pick a claim, either supporting the Silk Road or against it. But I want you guys to remember that you can't argue for the whole Silk Road to be bad or good. If you're going to claim that the whole thing was either bad or good, you're making a very large claim that even historians never going to make, because there's aspects of it that were good and there's aspects of it that were terrible. This is why you're focusing on one idea, the one that you should have focused when you made your video or PPT. So was it either trade that was bad or good? Was it the spread of ideas that was good, bad or good? Was it a disease, religion that was bad or good? Now, I know that you made the chart yesterday with good and bad, the one that I showed you. Now, you may have an opinion that it was both, okay? And that's fine. You can have your dandy opinion. But your goal here is not to hold on to that opinion. It's to argue for a specific one. You're not proving a point whether you believe something or not. You're proving your arguing skills, okay? That is why you will have to make a claim here that either says that one of these is either good or bad, okay? Don't do both. That's not the time for that. Okay, once you've made a claim and you said the Silk Road spread of ideas was a negative impact or had a negative impact on the world in the Middle East or the world in the early European history, whatever it is that you're making, okay? So write it here. That's your claim that you're going to argue for the whole time. That's a large claim. It's a thesis, right? Then you're going to break it down, just like every essay, into 3 specific ideas. Why was it negative? What were the 3 things that made it negative? Or why was it positive? What were the 3 things that made it positive? Okay, your introductory paragraph is exactly the same as all the other essays. Hook, bridge, thesis. Okay, get the reader's attention, bridge it to this claim that you're making here. Now the body paragraphs are going to be a little bit different. Okay, this right here is for all 3. 1, 2, 3. First, you want to start with the opposing claim, meaning the one that is against yours. Okay, so you may say, if you're arguing here that the trade was negative in the Silk Road, you're going to say, some may say, or historians have argued, or whatever other people may say. You could say there is a claim that the Silk Road trade was a good thing. Okay, that could be your start, your topic sentence. Your start, you may explain a little bit more. Then you have to explain, why do people say that? Well, they may believe that trades, was started the economy and did this and this and this, using everything that you've learned about the Silk Road. Okay? And then the most important part is this here. This is where your evidence will come in. Okay? So rebuttal is your analysis of show your points. But I say, right? This is you beginning to write, that it's not true. Here's some evidence to show my claims that trade did negatively and impacted the world in a negative way, using so-and-so website and using so-and-so textbook, okay? Whatever you got your research from, go back to that assignment that I gave you last week. You should have all the links, the websites that you should have used to make your PowerPoint and video, okay? So start with something that you don't agree with, other people counterclaims, explain them a little bit, and then rebut them. So just like in a speech, okay? You do that 3 times for 3 different tiny points. And in conclusion, same as other essays. Restating thesis, summary of points, and the concluding sentence. This is the big takeaway. So what? So here you want to make a statement here how the Silk Road is important to the world at large, whether you argued that it was a negative impact or a positive. Remember, Make it big. Take it out to the real world. Okay? The other thing, I'm going to attach both files, the one that I talked about before and this one. The rubric is very important. Okay, the rubric is very similar to what you've seen before, so it shouldn't be a surprise. Your points get the draft here, which is due on Friday. I'm going to post it in there. Make sure that it's LA format. I am going to attach the CATS essay so you guys have a reference. And here's a trick. I'm going to post it as a editable file. I mean, you could edit it, so you could just delete my CAT essay and use your own, and you don't have to format anything. You just fill in where my work used to be, and everything's going to fill in for you. Trick. Okay, so ideas. You get 5 points for main ideas and thesis is clear. You have your body paragraph and relevant supportive thesis that are relevant and support your point. Okay, evidence elaboration is where the change happens because you need to acknowledge the other side that argues again and argue against it. Okay, so this is where those structure is a little bit different than a normal body paragraph that we've been talking about. Okay, organization is really easy to get. Essays color coordinated, and here's what I want you to do. Actually, don't ignore this. You do not need to color code it. The only thing you do need to do is highlight your thesis. Okay, and I'll go over that in a little bit. Language conventions the same. Good sentence structure and grammar, punctuation, capitalization, spelling. Okay, to avoid losing points here, just put your thing through the Grammarly.com, which I will also link if you can't find it. Okay, then reread your own paper and then highlight thesis. This is the most important part of your essay. So please, I want to see it clearly when I open it. Okay, hopefully that explains it. Let me know if you have questions.